And now I would like to invite the speakers of the first session on the podium. Mr. Bjarne Kirsebom, Mr. Volker Rieke, Professor Keith Onions, Professor Paul Boyle, and Professor Anna Sjöström-Doashi. And unfortunately, I will have to tell you that Dr. Luisa Barra couldn't make it to Brussels today, so we have one speaker less. But not much more time for the speakers anyways, because the idea is that the interventions are going to be fairly short. So welcome everybody to the podium. And to set the scene, I would like to show you a few slides. I hope that somebody is putting my slides on. So in this session we shall discuss how the member states and the associated countries and the EU, as well as our main stakeholders, should cooperate and coordinate to strengthen the European research area. And I do hope that we can find a common line on the key issues we should be tackling together, and give good advice to the Commission on where to concentrate when we are making our proposal for the ERA framework. And okay, my slides are there. I don't see them myself. I just have to try to guess how they are. Over there, okay. Over here I see them. So, first of all, the first slide, please. I will show you the overall picture first. We received 590 online responses and 101 written contributions from you. So I would like to take this opportunity and thank you all for this very rich input. And first of all, I think that all this confirms what our Commissioner already said, that there is an overwhelming support for pursuing the development of the European research area, and also support to tackle all the 5 axes of ERA. But if we look at, and the next slide please, look at the responses and the relative importance of the different dimensions of ERA, so we can see that in the online questionnaire especially the researchers' issue was a clear priority for the respondents. And this is, of course, natural, because in this part of the consultation, many of the respondents were researchers. They are the ones who feel this most urgently and most painfully. But this importance of the researchers' topic also is clear from the written responses. The written responses came mainly from the national and European organisations, which actually represent a significant number of research stakeholders in Europe and beyond. And also this includes the responses from the member states. And these written contributions, in addition to researchers' topic, they point out the importance of cross-border operations, open access and international cooperation, and these were exactly the topics which our Commissioner also mentioned. In our background paper to the public consultation, we recalled the progress reached since ERA was launched in 2000, including the different ways and means and instruments in the successive framework programs 6 and 7, which launched some new ERA instruments like the ERANETS and other partnering instruments, and they continued with the Marie Curie grants, which are considered as very important in building ERA, but also then launched the European Research Council, which has been a success by all means, and has been contributing to the excellence in European research and also promoting the careers of young researchers, which is considered so very, very important. And Horizon 2020 will continue to support this kind of an ERA policy and will form the main funding strand from the Commission side. And of course, the Horizon 2020 process has its own path and is being discussed by the Council and the European Parliament. So today we shall primarily be concentrating on the policy side measures of implementing European Research Area, not forgetting the important interface to the funding side, and especially to the importance of committing everybody into the process, including the member state funding, to work with the Commission Horizon 2020 programme. So for the policy strand of the European Research Area, maybe the Ljubljana process, which was launched in 2008, marked a milestone as well, and at the same time the Council endorsed the ERA Vision in 2008, and at the same time also the 5 ERA partnership initiatives were launched in the area of researchers, research infrastructures, joint programming, knowledge transfer and international cooperation, and I think that they deserve to be mentioned as concrete achievements which are still going on. I also would like to mention the revamped European Research Area Committee, which reflects a strengthened partnership with the member states. So next slide, please. So some of the main messages is that the consultation indicates, for example, that people feel that first of all, we need a strengthened political commitment to be able to create ERA, both at the national and EU level. And this is quite clear. If we don't do that, we can go home immediately. And this commitment should go, of course, beyond the 2000, which has been set as a goal to have all major measures in place. Then there is a need for closer cooperation and coordination in our policy development and implementation of ERA, also we should be able to reduce the research and innovation deficit and inefficiency in the EU. And closely related to this is the clear plea for more synergies and increased coordination between European and national regional research agendas and programmes. We all know that, but maybe there is something we can do to be even better implementing this and to make Europe a really single market for knowledge. Also, people would like to have more information, more transparency about the ERA instruments and initiatives called so far. So not everybody in the field knows what is actually happening in ERA. Also, people would like to see realistic targets and common indicators, and they would like to improve the evaluation and monitoring of the ERA initiatives. Many respondents also made a remark that ERA will not be completed by 2014 and that there is a need for short and long-term objectives and realistic milestones. The next slide, please. So finally, we should ensure that there is an acceptance and ownership of policies agreed at the EU level. And there is indeed widespread support for increased partnership of the main stakeholders in the ERA process beyond the national administrations. And people think that we should have more dedicated working groups to discuss and work together to implement ERA. And in this regard, I would like to recall the important words of our Commissioner, who invited major stakeholder organisations to sign up a strengthened partnership with the Commission to deliver the main priority measures in the ERA framework. In other words, I'm referring to the pact idea of our Commissioner. Finally, I would like to say something about the gender and ethics part of the consultation. Many respondents have drawn our attention to the existing gender bias in research, and they agree that action should be taken at EU level to improve this situation. This was also mentioned by our Commissioner. 65% agree that there is the need for higher involvement of women in science in order to increase the impact and socio-economic growth in Europe. 78% also think that mixed research teams enhance the quality and relevance of research. Reflecting on how EU policies on gender in research could be made more effective, the stakeholders are in favour of increased incentives, improved working environments and the inclusion of gender issues in research programmes and outcomes. Some contributors even argue in favour of binding requirements in granting recruitment, training and evaluation procedures. Regarding ethics questions, the consultation indicates that there is a need for better opportunities for the national research ethic committees, national authorities, scientific community and so forth to discuss what are really the common principles and practices that can facilitate the work of the researchers. I think that stem cells research is a typical example of the need of this kind of a discussion. So there was a plea for closer cooperation to simplify and streamline the ethics review procedures in Europe. So these were some of the ideas which came out from the public consultation, and I'm sure that our stakeholders will tell you more of their views. And we have here 5 speakers, and we start with Mr. Bjarne Kirsebom. And Bjarne has a long career in European research policies, both from Sweden and from the European scene, and currently he is also the Vice Chair of the European Research Area Committee, which was set up by 2010 by the Council. And he is our link to the national research and innovation policies. So please, Bjarne, the floor is yours.